Welcome to Math. Welcome to Master Saga Season 6. I've invited Farfa and Nimnim back for another round-robin version of Saga. Each week, all three of us will open packs before dueling each other to win prizes for the next episode. This time, though, we're changing several rules to mix things up. Tune in every Wednesday for new episodes of Master Saga Season 6.
Previously on Master Saga.
Again, like I said, I'm extremely intelligent. I am hiding my strategy, my constructed plunder deck. So we're not playing plunder. They don't have any idea that I've pulled any plunder cards. They have no clue what I've got or what's available to me.
Then you can summon the ritual?
It can do a lot of things,
Oh my god, ignoring the summoning
the
conditions.
I took him out with his own monster.
Deserve
That is just uncalled for.
Yeah, can we get some preemptive OV7s for the Shino birds? They served us well in duty. They'll be gone.
Here we are at the second ban list of Season 6. We are going to do it pretty similar to the first one, in that we're going to all get one ban and one limit of the other players, and then the player with the lowest record, which I think might have been Farfa, he's going to get one extra ban of each of the two players, and then we'll go through the limits. Also, this is the episode where we will finally be opening the Master Sagas packs. So there's a lot of good cards in there at all the rarities in sealed. I think they pretty much made it for us. I think that is confirmed. But so that we will be opening 10 of those before opening any of the other packs. There's some good stuff in there, so that should be pretty exciting. Also, we are upgrading the wheel, the loser's wheel, even more. It's pretty powerful. You guys seem to just want it to be good, which I think makes sense. So that will be even better going forward. Without further ado, though, let's get to those bans. Who wants to start?
Can I get a recount on the losses for this season, please?
You know...
Oh, you need to make sure it's correct? You need to make sure it's as bad as it looks?
Can someone calculate those?
So I don't trust Gage or you either, Doug, to come up with cohesive, strong, intelligent bans. So I'm going to ban based off of what you ban. Because Gage will do as an astrograph again and hit the wrong card.
I can start. I'm going to just hit, the card we all want to hit, Shino Bird Calling. Get rid of that shit. I don't want to see Shino Bird. If I ever see a Shino Bird summoned, I will kill you.
No, that one's fair. Who wants to go next? Can I go next?
Yeah, go next.
Yes, you.
See it.
All right. Doug, I'll hit one from you, man. I walked into this saying, I'm not even scared of anything you guys can play. I know that sounds cocky, but it's
my
fucking
polls have been
true.
pretty bad the last 5 weeks.
I'm to ban from you, Doug. It might not even seem like a smart decision. I'm going to get rid of your hieratic rank 8. The Overlord Sewer, whatever.
No, I think it's, fitting you finally have hit the Hieratic deck because it seemed pretty strong to me. But there you go. Bye-bye, Hieratic.
Well, I guess it's me now. I think I'll... There's a lot of good cards here that I want to hit, but I think I'll save one of them for the last portion. I'm just trying to decide in my head, do I need to go further against Gage's deck in terms of the Shinobirds now that the spell's gone? Because the field spell still lets you do stuff. But I think I'm actually going to go and ban Baguska.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's way too easy for you to access in any deck in the future. And that seems like a problem, so I'm going to go for Baguska.
For my Farfa hit, unsurprisingly, hitting the Super Heavy Samurai Link 1. Yeah, see you later, Scarecrow.
Really?
Damn,
you got to use it
I had fun playing that.
It seems very... Honestly, I think your Super Heavy Samurai deck was one of your best ones this season, for sure.
I think it was a really strong deck. It just can't deal with non-targeting spinning.
Yeah, nothing can. I mean, Gage is... That might be one of the best decks in Saga history. I don't know.
Farfa, I'm going to keep it in theme from last ban list. I'm going to ban something powerful out of your extra deck that maybe you haven't gotten full potential out of, but I'm too scared to see it. I'm just going to get rid of your Chengying, Big Bungus. I'm going to remove him from your extra deck.
You guys are not hitting Fluffle?
I was saying not hitting Guardian Chimera? That was going to be my other...
We still have some limits.
Oh, God. Okay. Nadir, what's your last regular hit before giving us your bonus ones?
Your decks suck. I'm not going to lie. So there's not a lot here. I think you're kind of cooking with the quantum layer thing, so I'm actually going to ban the little white guy. The little white rabbit.
You're banning Joseph? Okay, yeah. See you later. Okay, what are these little bonus bans?
Okay, so my bonus ban, I don't know if this counts as who it's targeted at, because you both have this card. I'm going to ban Pankratops. You both have a copy of Pankratops.
Yeah.
Waiting for that one. I was like, why isn't he setting it? I thought that'd be the first thing out of your mouth.
That's pretty good.
I figured leave this last to apply to both of you. I'm going to hit the big Synchro Dragon Dignity cards, the
negate one instead of the pop one? Okay.
Cool. Those are the bans. Let's get to the limits. I know it sounds crazy, but I think Dragoonity is actually still playable, even after that, mainly because of the Excel Stardust, and because I couldn't ban that, I will hit the Dragoonity Glow, which is one of the best. I think it's like the only search of the deck right now, so I will hit Glow, and maybe that'll crush the Dragoonity deck, even when it has Ravine.
The week when I played this deck, and I was like, this is the best deck in the room, and then I got stomped, and now you're like, actually, that deck's a huge meta threat. Where did this come from?
The second time you played it, it was much better, I will say.
I'm looking at your list from July, last time you played it, and it looks terrifying. There's like...
It's really scary, bro. All right, I'm going to act like I do get it. All right. I'm upset about it, but I get it. Farfa, you thought you were going to be able to play your Guardian Chimera. You were going to play it poorly, but you would be able to still play it. I'm going to limit your Fluffle Dog, just in case...
Oh, okay, I was like...
Oh,
you talked about the poly hit again.
I talked about poly. I think it would be way too mean to like ban or limit poly.
The comments will love you for it, because they certainly hated it in the past.
So technically, I can just play 3 Polymerization in every deck, and I could just make a Chimera, in theory.
Yep. In theory.
If you really want to,
if I really want to, that is an engine.
The 3 and 17 record is calling you.
Gage wants the ground brownie points from the comment section. He doesn't want to hit the poly, and I respect that. I think that's I think the commenters will love him.
I feel like hitting Manju is really nice because it denies any future ritual strategy, but I just feel like the spirits are just good with the Sakitama and stuff, so I'm actually just gonna limit Arakama.
That's a good hit. Because he would have what? He just have like a 4-card engine that would be any rank 4. He could just splash into a deck. Okay, my next limit. Let me think. Poly. I'm gonna limit polymerization.
No.
See you later. Look, I was already the villain once with this. I'm happy to be.
Wait, are you actually doing this? I thought you were joking. I just kind of chuckled. Wait,
no, I'm actually doing it. I will say. Okay, I will say. I know comments
It's
about this one. I think most fusion archetypes are playable even after this hit because almost every fusion archetype has its own in-archetype fusion spell. I don't think this actually prevents fusion strategies from being played. Either way, fuck that.
Evil DZ. I like this guy. That's crazy. Oh my god, I didn't
Fucking do it again, man. I'll do it. For the good of the game, I will not hit polymerization. I will limit. I'll take the L. I will limit Ledgerman from Midir. I think you have 2 of that card.
Trap card?
There we go. No polymerization. The comments won't complain.
I don't know how I feel about you anymore, Doug. Doug, I don't even know what to limit from your collection, man. You wanted to get rid of his white super quad thing, Farfa? I don't even think that deck is scary. I'm just gonna limit your Solemn Warning that you just got because I hate playing around 2 of that in Tengu format. I'm gonna hate playing around 2 of it in Saga.
Yeah, like I'm generally half regretting not just banning Warning because like 1 is still annoying and you have 6 fucking Solemn card, well now 5 I suppose.
It doesn't count. I would never probably.
How bad could 5 Solemns be? Let's not worry. Let's not. This can't age poorly at all.
Your Heretic deck is still full power basically, except the Xyz monster. I don't know if it's that big of a deal. The problem is like hitting your deck with limits instead of bans is basically almost inconsequential. So I feel like the most impactful thing is I'm gonna limit Nunu.
You figured it out.
Oh, got it. Nice.
Okay. See you guys in the polls.
Guys, I can't believe they did it. John Konami has officially.
Yo, yo, Tony. I came second. 2 wins, 1 draw. I lost it. I drew into time, sadly, because my deck is unfortunately not the best deck into time. But yeah, it was really good. The deck was really strong. I versed 2 Paleozoic 60 card fuck off decks with Grass is Greener. I knew it was coming. So I beat one of them and I drew into the other. And then I beat Ritual Beast, which is one of the stronger decks in the format. So 2 wins, 1 draw. Very powerful. Very, very happy with the way my deck functioned, to be honest. I was surprised.
Recognize the best Yu-Gi-Oh series on YouTube at the moment with releasing a special pack, the Master Sagas. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. This pack is only accessible by Master Saga fans. So if you want to have your chance of opening these packs, you gotta like the video and subscribe to the DZ channel. That's your only way to open these packs. I don't make the rules. Good thing I already did both of those. So I get to open the 10 master packs of the Master Saga. This is actually fucking sick, dude. Look at all these cards. Heavy Storms at 1, Snatch Steel, this card's at 3. What the hell? How'd that happen? Also, since we're opening additional packs today, it gives us the chance to have more secret packs to dive into. I'm looking forward to it. I hope I pull a Heavy Storm to pair with my Harpy's Feather Duster. Back row just won't even exist in my world.
Yep. And yeah, it's been pretty good. Okay, let me see.
I do want to clarify because every single episode 9, people get worried about us pre-banning. I want to make it clear that we don't we film episode 10, like the ban list section, right after episode 9, so we don't actually see each other's polls from the episode 9. So I just want to make that clear.
He needs to ask, would we do such a thing too? I don't think any of us are that, devilish, right?
It's happened. It's happened.
I like to play a fair game.
People think, even though we saw that Nadir had Tenyi, banning Monk, people didn't like, even though we knew that he had, but.
Pre-banning cards is so cringe. You guys are terrible people.
Yeah.
You should feel ashamed of yourself. Okay, so it's definitely not this one. So I'm just trying to map out some combos here. This deck is actually kind of a little bit complicated.
Do you have any pirate attire that you could throw on for today's episode to get us in the mood for ARG?
No, but I can illegally download some stuff for you or something.
Not anymore. They just hit all those anime sites. You see that? They banned 8 anime sites. Crazy.
Actually, crazy man. I revealed this archetype when it was a TCG exclusive.
Oh shit! So you're an expert.
Headquarter. No, I wouldn't say that. Not at all, bro.
So one thing I will say, I didn't actually see what your polls.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go wash my hands, and then I'm gonna show you my deck, and then I'm gonna boot up Pokemon, cause this was just there to watch while I was playing. I'll show you the deck I played. I made some changes throughout the week, but I think overall it performed extremely well. I think the side deck needs work, but I'm really happy with the extra deck. The extra deck was so fucking good. Bro, it was really good. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Tony, are you there so I can show you, or do I wait, or what? What's up? What's up? What's the plan? I should just show you anyways. First I'll log into masterduel to just get my rewards and log out. So basically what I played was Valmonica, Fiendsmith. It's the deck I played last week. And I think I came first last week. Did I? I don't remember. Yeah. Wait, did I? No, I don't remember. I actually don't. So. Oh no, I didn't come first. No. Wait, did I? I don't remember. I think I did. I just don't remember. Let me show you my deck. No, I didn't come first last week. No, I didn't. It was the week before. Anyways, let me show you my deck. And I'll talk about some of the cards that did really well. I'll talk about some of the cards that didn't do too well. Talk about how I win, blah blah blah. Yada yada yada, bing bing boom. So the deck I played today was Valmonica, Fiendsmith, as I've just mentioned today. And I'm going to show you what happened and how it worked and all that stuff and why it was so good. Yo, what up, James? I'm doing my little report. My little losers report. Okay. Alright, so oh shit. Yeah, but I drew one game. That surely that doesn't count as undefeated. Alright. So let's talk about my list and why it worked and why I chose it. I just chose it because it's a fun deck to play. And honestly, I don't really have another deck. I mean, I do have another deck, but I just didn't think it was worth playing it. You know what I mean? Is a draw of defeat? No, it's not. But I lost within the draw one time, right? I lost the time too. It was so annoying. I versed 2 trap decks today, bro. So annoying, bro. But it is what it is. Like 2 60-card Paleozoics or whatever. Fuck off. Like one was a God, so annoying. Excuse me. Yeah, I wanted to verse you too because I think I had a chance to beat you, but fuck, it is what it is. I've ended up versing Ritual Beast. I've been versing that guy for so much recently. And honestly, I didn't really want to play against it again, you know? Fuck, so annoying. But it is what it is. It is what it is. That deck shifted me and I played through Shifter. That's how I won game 1 by playing through Shifter. I was so fucking happy, bro. Let's go. Anyways. We can start with non-engine. So non-engine of choice today was very bog standard deck list. It was 3 Imperms, 3 Nibiru, 3 Vela. So the only reason why I'm playing 3 and 3 of these is because these pair really well with this. So Imperms and Veilers always pair really well with Nibiru. So it's always nice. So if you activate Nibiru, they change something and you have the opportunity to negate that thing if it's a monster. So that's really nice. Ash Blossom was really strong. I beat Ritual Beast game 1 because of Ash stopping the right card. And it was quite nice to actually go into when they went into Laundry Dragon as a Paleozoic player. I also ashed this card as well, and it stopped them from milling 3. And they were kind of I was suffocating them from their resources, and it prevented them from getting a lot of cards in the graveyard to do like transaction rollback plays. So the idea was to suffocate them with Ash Blossom and then try and play through everything else. Other pieces of non-engine that are included in my list is Terraforming. This field spell is quite an important card, not only to play through Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, but also it's a crucial part of the end board, which allows you to snatch steal during your opponent's turn, which is really nice, or even during your turn. It just depends on the scenario, but you can snatch steal with the field spell, and that gives you access to it. Triple Tactics Thrust is a really important card in this list. Initially, it wasn't in my list. Like these two cards, Talents and Thrust, were not in my list. And it was a straight 40 without these two. But I think I really felt bad without them, because if you can imagine, a lot of my deck is full of normal spells. That's the whole deck, right? They're full of normal spells and normal traps. And I was able to use Thrust to essentially gain access to each part of my engine. Even if my opponent has nothing on the board, I'm able to access the trap card, which is with an in-archetype trap card that gives me at least something to do during my opponent's turn. And it gives me space to play differently if... I can play differently and basically get to my end board with one Thrust, even when they don't have any monsters on the board, so it's really nice. Triple Tactics Talents came up once against, I think, Paleozoic, where I drew 2, and I essentially was drowning them in terms of resources, and just I kept playing. So it was nice to have, and I didn't really use the Snatch Steal effect or the other effect to look at their hand. I didn't really bother with it. But I can see those happening and coming up if I had more games as well. So yeah, that's my non-engine for the most part. I probably have more, but I don't see any more right now. No, I don't have any more. So that's my non-engine pieces. Very clean, I guess. 15 cards, 15 non-engine, which is lovely. It works really well. I was happy about it. I think like if I had to switch some hand traps, it really depends on the matchup. You know, if I was versing a lots of Yubel players, I'd probably switch this away into Bestials, and maybe this Imperm and the Veilers into other cards. It depends. Like we can go into things like Ghost Bell, Morna, Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion, and we can play like we can stick to Ash Blossom, and we can just mix and match, which is nice because there's no really restrictions with this list. The next engine that I played was obviously one of the engines that just make it work. So this deck can be played pure, and I think it would work just fine if you played it pure. I just chose to play this engine because I think they have a really good synergy together, and I think it expands the end board and the grind game quite a lot. So that's why I chose to play this engine. But don't be scared to remove this. You don't need to play this at all. You do not need to play this at all. You can expand your extra deck and remove a lot of the Fiendsmith cards for toolbox cards that can cover a lot of other matchups, and you can even include a Zeus as well, which is really nice. So this is not a necessity. This is just a luxury in which it just happens to work really well together because we have a Light Fiend in the archetype, and I can convert a lot of my plays into stuff that's pretty nasty. So that's the Fiendsmith engine. As we know, I don't think this engine requires a lot of talking about. You play one Lurry, I play one Tract. I think there is cases where I want to play 2 of these cards, but two tracks, but I just I just haven't got the space. I don't want to go to 43. And honestly, I'm considering playing 2 Engraver or even like 1 Engraver. I think 2 is fine though. I think 2 Engraver makes sense. 2 Engraver and cutting one for an extra piece of non-engine or just cutting it down to 41. I'm not sure. Because I found a lot of cases where I drew into an engraver after I had exhausted my tract, and I really didn't need it in my hand. Yeah, I don't know. It's okay. It's okay. I have to think about that for a bit, but overall there was no problems and it worked extremely well. And the reason why it worked extremely well is because I'm playing the Valmonica engine, right? So this is the Valmonica engine. These are the monsters that I played today. The main deck monsters. There are 3 main deck monsters. In total, we're playing 12 of the cards. 12 of them. I'm not playing. You can make the ratios as well. Like you can make this one. You can flip this and change this to just 2, 3. I unfortunately think that this deck requires 3 and 3 because there are cases where in the grind game your opponent is capable of exhausting all of your scales, and if you do happen to miss one piece of the one angel, then it becomes quite messy in the later game and you have to try and recover them. Honestly, I think 3-3 is the way to go. Sometimes it lets you play through things like Shifter really well if you happen to draw 2 of them and you can just scale them normally and then try and play. So yeah, no, I think these ratios are all correct, and I think this is 100% you're playing 3 of this because this is your starter, it's your boss monster, in my opinion. I think it's the boss monster of the deck. This one here is a normal summon, and it searches any Valmonica card, and it also lets you, once it's sent to the graveyard, while you control both of the scales, it lets you add it back to your hand. So it's a recovery, it's a recovery, and it gives you follow-up, and it also searches, so it starts plays as well, so it's really good. And one thing to note, it's a spellcaster, and it's also a water, which means that you can play floodgates like the spellcaster floodgate. I forgot the field spell floodgate if you were desperate to kind of beat particular decks that use a lot of spells. But another thing to note is that it's a water, right? So when you overlay a Abyss Dweller, the Abyss Dweller is actually tanky as hell because it gives it plus 800 when you have a water monster as the material. So that's pretty nice. And it actually came up because your scales actually reduce the attack points of your opponent, so it's very difficult to get rid of the Abyss Dweller. So here we have the trap cards. I'll talk about them as well. Honestly, I didn't really see creation as much as I'd like to see it. It was there once, and it just kind of feels a little bit of a win more situation. But when you see it in the grind game, it's quite nice. It's basically an extra. It's a link summon during when your opponent special summons a monster, while I control 6 or more resonant counters. And while I control 6 or more resonant counters, all my guys get 1200 attack that are Valmonica. And then I can only use each of the following effects once per turn if my opponent special summons a monster, except during the damage step. If this card, I can link summon one Valmonica link monster, and if this card is sent from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can place resonance counters on one card on your pendulum zone that you can place a resonant counter on, so it has 3 resonant counters. So it just instantly gives it 3, which is possible to trigger the Snatch Steal of this wonderful field spell right here. This field spell is, I think, another heart and soul of the deck. I think these two are kind of similar in terms of power level. It's a Snatch Steal, and it is capable of searching for monsters like your Celatris or any of these things if you needed it. It says here, when this card is activated, you can add one Valmonica monster from your deck to your hand. If a card in your pendulum zone has a 3rd resonance counter placed on it, so when it increments to 3, you can target one monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end of end phase, but it cannot declare an attack. You can only use this effect of Valmonica, the Agathocacological Voice, once per turn. You can only activate one Valmonica Agathocacological Voice once per turn. So keep that in mind. It's a very strong card. The next strongest card I'd say in the deck is the Valmonica Shelter. This card is so this is a part of the lineup of their normal spells. This card is really, 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 really good. It's really good. Even if you don't have scales up. So a lot of the gimmick with these cards is that you can either choose to burn yourself or you can either choose to gain life points to do their effects, right? But if you do not control these two in the pendulum scales, then your opponent chooses the effects. This one says for the gaining effect, so if I gain life points, then I can put one card back into my deck and draw two. If I burn, then I get to just search another Valmonica spell card from my deck to my hand. That could be the field spell or the quick plays or anything like that. It's spell or trap, so it's pretty nice. And that's generally the one you're going for. But if for example I was forced to use this, and my opponent chooses, it always feels bad when they have to make me draw two. I guess put back one and draw two. It never feels good. So it's always nice to put them in that position, even if you're in the back foot. The next two normal spells that I played was Valmonica Disharmonia. This card is another recycling card. This helps me like grind game quite a bit. It lets me recycle I think every single Valmonica card here that you see is able to be recycled from the banish zone or the graveyard. So I played under Shifter today, which was really nice, and this was one of the key pieces that allowed me to do so. And my opponent shifted me, and he also, I think what did he do? He shifted me, and I'm trying to remember what he did. He did something else, and I was able to play through it, which was nice. And I was able to set up a Baguska as well as my blue Link monster with both my skills available and my field spell, which is fine. I mean, but the only issue was that a lot of my stuff was banished, but this card allows me to recycle, which is so good. Valmonica Versare. This is just a combo piece, I'd say. That's why I only play one. It's a part. It lets you dump the traps into the graveyard so that you can use the Disharmonia to add them back to your hand. But they also, by doing this, you're incrementing your counters on these guys so that you have the opportunity to set up a Snatch Steal during your opponent's turn. So that's the idea behind this one. Invitare is a card that I have been considering to play 3 of, but I'm happy to say that I'm perfectly fine with 2, and there were no I'm going to say right now that there were no situations where I felt as though I needed more of them. This card is basically a really busted searcher card, but it also lets you special summon, and it's a quick play spell, so you can do it during your opponent's turn. So you can one important thing was when you control this card on the board, you can use this effect, and you can place one of the scales on top of your extra deck, or add one of them, add one of them to your hand, so you can mix and choose which one goes on top and which one gets added. But the idea is that you keep this on, you get this on the board and then use this to do that. If you don't have this on the board, then you cannot do that, and the only other option is to special summon a Valmonica monster from your deck to the field, which is unfortunate because I don't believe it triggers the effect of the Cellatress. Because Cellatress requires you to either pendulum summon it or normal summon it to get its effect, which is a little bit sad. So it won't get you exactly into Cellatress, so it's not like a special summon from deck, or it's not a really E-tally, which is sad. And if you do the special summoning effect, it locks you, so it's not wonderful. And you want to use it for its second effect, mostly. So that's a 42 card deck, and that was the main deck. So this was a really strong kind of showing for I'm very happy about this list. It performed really a lot better than I thought it would, especially into those grindier decks, into things like Paleozoic, Paleozoic 60 cards with the grass is greener. I versed 2 of them, 2 different variants of decks, but still very frustrating decks. And then I versed the Ritual Beasts, which I did pretty well against. So the extra deck is you will recognize a lot of the usual suspects, so I'll get those out of the way, and then I'll explain some of the Valmonica stuff. So the usual suspects for this list, and one of the changes I did make compared to a lot of lists online I saw was I played Underworld Goddess and the Moon of the Close Heaven. So these are situations where I'm dealing with boards which are really hard to kind of eat up. But on top of that, this card here, it enables me to completely pivot into the Fiendsmith engine. You would think like having a light Fiend should be enough The problem with this particular deck and its Light Fiend is that it's a pendulum card. So when you link it off, it goes to the face-up extra deck rather than the graveyard. So you don't have enough Light Fiends in the grave for your engraver to shuffle back and special summon itself out. And it becomes quite restrictive. So my idea was to play the Moon of the Closed Heaven, just so that I can... It's okay for me to use 2 of my Valmonica cards, put them in the face-up extra deck. That's fine. I'm okay with this. But I'm completely able to just use this one card to go into a full Fiendsmith combo, which can allow me to either fuse. If I have 2 engravers, then I can go into a Omni Negation in the form of this card here. So I use Sequence to go into this if I wanted to. Another option is for me to go... obviously, this is a part of the combo, and it helps me kind of, get the 2 bodies that I need to go into Caesar. And Caesar is a really good card into Ritual Beasts as well. Those are all the Fiendsmith cards. They eat up quite a bit of your extra deck, so that's just what you have to do, sadly. And it gives me just enough space to play some of the other cards. So... here are some of the other non-engines. So I play SP Little Knight, I play IP Masquerena. I didn't really go into these surprisingly that much because I'm allowed to play under Nibiru quite easily. So I didn't necessarily need to hard make a SP before going into anything. I played under Nibiru quite well. Baguska and Dweller were stars of the show today. This card shut down the Paleozoic players. And this card shut down the Ritual Beast play. He just had to have an answer to this card, otherwise he's unable to do a lot of his ignition effects, which was really nice. And so these cards are stars of the show, and they are often the key pieces to the end board, one or the other. You just kind of mix and match and choose. And this is a really good deck going into Branded as well, because you're consistently summoning out a Baguska, of which Branded tends to have quite trouble with. So... it's great into Branded, which is a new deck. Not a new deck, but it's a returning deck that's coming out that's causing some problems. And the Valmonica Link monsters, here they are. So we have Valmonica Hallow Heathen, as well as... so I play 2 copies of it, and then I play Valmonica Heathen Hallow. So this one is your OTK machine. Hello, pal. You haven't missed anything, bro. I'm still going through it. This one is your OTK machine. This one allows you to... This is your board breaker and OTK machine. So when it's summoned onto the board, up to the number of counters that I have on my resonance counters that I have, I'm able to pop monsters on the board, which is really strong. So it's basically a quick... it's a link summon during your opponent's turn that you can do, and it will Raigeki their board, which is really nice. This card here is a protection. And a soft once per turn, it will copy the effects of normal spell traps, Valmonica spell traps in the graveyard or Banish Zone. So you're able to target those cards and use their effects. So the trap cards that I mentioned, where you can bounce your opponent's monster and pop the back row, you're able to copy that twice. And if you get lucky, your opponent will swing and you can link summon again, and you can go into another one, and because it's soft once per turn, you can do it again. And these cards will also protect from destruction by reducing the resonance counters by 3, and you're able to protect your board from things like Raigeki or Feather Duster, which is really nice as well. So it's protection, it's interruption, and it's a good way to even recur resources by using its effect to target one of the spell cards that search, and you can search and increment by 1 and triggering the effects of various Snatch Steal effects and things like that. So here's the last card that I'll talk about. It's a Link 2. And it's a bit of it's not a hefty requirement, but it's a requirement that I was unwilling to do a lot of. And it says that it requires 2 monsters, including a Valmonica Link monster, which means it's either one of these or these. Did you share your record? I did, but my record, I can say it again. 2 wins and 1 draw came second. That's my I guess record. So this card here is quite it's a really nice card. I didn't summon this often enough, and usually it's paired with that other continuous trap, which allows you to link summon whenever your opponent special summons anything. It's unaffected by card effects except Valmonica cards, so that's nice. And while you have, but it's only while I have 6 resonance counters on my field, and it gains one additional attack during each battle phase for each level 4 Valmonica monster I control. So if I have a lot of them, then it can swing quite a bit. And also, once per turn, when your opponent would special summon a monster, if you have 3 plus resonance counters on your field, quick effect, you can negate the special summon, and if you do, destroy that monsters, then remove 3 resonance counters from your field. So this is an inherent summon negation, which is really, really strong, and it's really, really nice. And it's basically these two together. This one will cover, activated effects to special summon, and this one will cover the inherent summons, which is fucking very cool, very likey. And so that's the main deck and the extra deck. I'll talk about the side deck. OP pre-release 3-2 was somehow 5th place. Nice, congratulations. There can be only one. It didn't come up today. It was mainly there to beat, I think, Yubel. Yes, Yubel, because you can only control one type, only one monster of each type. So it was there to beat Yubel. I didn't verse Yubel. Evenly Matched came up once into the Paleozoic matchup, which was nice. Very strong card. So did Duster, very strong card as well. Different Dimension Ground didn't really come up today, sadly. But it's alright. The Dimensional Barrier shut down the Ritual Beast player when he was trying to do some fusion plays. So before he even had access to it, I just kind of called it and did it. I did put in Droll for one matchup, but then I took it out. I second guessed it. So I put it back. Instead of that, I put Mulcharmy, because Mulcharmy conflicts with Droll and Lockbird, because if I activate Mulcharmy and I draw into Droll, and then I think Droll is better than Mulcharmy's effect, then I run into some conflicts there. So I don't know. Droll is good, but it's not perfect. It's only good in particular matchups. And Mulcharmy didn't come up either, sadly. So these cards just didn't come up today, which was really upsetting. And I played Thrust again for the extra targets to target, things like Evenly Matched going second, setting a Dimensional Barrier directly from the deck, or even DDD, DDG, and also the other main deck traps, spell traps. I think the side deck was fine, but I think I need to work on it a little bit more. Overall, I'm very happy with this deck list. This is a rogue deck. This is not a very powerful deck at all. I would call this like below tier 2, to be honest, and probably should not play. But it performs quite well, and I'm really happy about it. So I'm happy. I'm happy I was able to do something with it. So yeah. So my score was second place, and 2 wins, 1 draw. I lost my game in time for the draw game, so that's why I drew. But yeah, the how long are the rounds? The rounds are 45 minutes long, and people have long combos, so that's why I fumbled that, I guess. And my deck, mind you, because I'm taking my own life points and gaining my own life points and doing all this shit, I tend to have the worst matchup into time. But because I play fast, I was able to overcome a lot of the boards and try and play as quickly as I can to get some damage in. But yeah, it was a good list. I'm very happy with it. If you have any questions, let me know. The deck list is... it was good. I'm happy I decided to play this deck instead of White Forest. Whereas White Forest, I think I might have had a little bit of issues trying to verse a lot of the back row decks. Whereas this deck inherently has a lot of back row removal and things like that. I got tired playing 2 best of 1 formats already. Best of 3 makes me sleepy now. Yeah, it's best of 3. So it's, game 1, game 2, game 3. But the games usually go quickly if you're playing quickly, so... Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy with my performance as well. I think I played extremely well today. I think I can do better. There was a situation where I was kind of speeding up because the time was getting close, and I didn't want to obviously waste time for the opponent. But I think next time I should just think about it and just play, and just relax a bit. But yeah, it was good, man. Oh, so happy. Yeah, I'm very happy about this deck. It's such a random ass deck to play too. Like people are like, "What the fuck does this card do? What does this do? What does this do?" And then you get to the end board and they're like, "Holy shit, Peter," because they don't realize that I'm about to snatch steal them. I'm able to bounce and pop. I can do that bounce and pop again. I have follow up. I have a floodgate. I have Fiendsmith. I have like all of these wonderful. It's so oppressive. I love it. It feels great, my friend. It feels great. It'd be nice if One Piece had sideboarding, best of one, like flesh and blood, but nah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, One Piece always finishes earlier than Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it's best of one. Which honestly kind of feels bad sometimes, because what happens if you just draw a bad hand? Like, I don't know what to say. They decide turn order, then sideboarding, then play. Oh, okay, now we do the opposite where we sideboard first, then decide the who's going first or second, because then you play mind games with your opponent in that you can side for going second, but then you make you side for going second as the loser, and then you make them go first, and then you just completely obliterate their board. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, I'm pretty happy. When are you available to play some One Piece? I wanted to play some One Piece against you at one point. At some time. Sometimes I want to try it because I have a deck that I want to try play. Because I got some cards for it. Just DM me, I bet. Maybe not today because I know you're tired, and also it's pretty late too. So today I'll just play. Today I'll just play. I can play Pokemon maybe. I could play sometime tomorrow. I'm probably not available in the weekend, to be honest. But yeah. Well, in that case, I'm usually home late on Thursday, but most other days I should be free. Nice. Yeah, I'll let you know. Final month of not working. Yo, let's go. Job. J Omega Low B. Let's go. Nami pretty good right now. That's why I'm fucking. I want to play it, but I haven't really been playing it in locals because I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh so much that I haven't played. So I want to play it. So she's low S, high A tier. Damn. Surprisingly. She got some new cards, but I don't know which set she got it from. But I just might have been OPO 7 or something, where she got some new cards that help her mill and stuff like that and draw or whatever. Nobody's playing Zeph anymore, as you said. They're playing some other cards. So anyways, yeah, I need to build that deck list. I'll probably do it this weekend to build the deck, and then I'll let you know when I want to play, and then we can play. Yeah, White Snake, that's right, White Snake is quite a good card. Honestly, I haven't really focused much on One Piece at all. I don't know what the meta is. I don't know how anything works anymore. I need to go back to trying playing it again, but I'm not really playing it seriously. I'm only really collecting cards for Nami to play Nami. That's it. If there's any new Nami cards, let me know. Like Nami related cards that I can play or draw cards that I should get for my deck. Let me know. That's probably the only thing I'll do. Red purple law makes it her a lot better. Ban, yeah. Okay, my friend. Sorry. Yeah, I know. Law. I remember law bottom decking. I remember that. I remember people saying that Nami's useless because of bottom decks and shit like that. Yeah, no law, no Sakazuki makes it so much easier. Okay. I'm gonna just chill out. We're gonna play some Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. And just relax and chat or whatever. Happy to do whatever, to be honest. Yeah. But yeah, that's my local report. Thank you for joining me for that one. Hope that was useful. For anyone that's looking to build that deck list, I hope you can build it. Yeah, and give it a try. It's pretty good. So yeah, I will now switch to Pokemon. Yo, my down button here, by the way, is working a little bit. Like not a little bit, like very not often. Like I don't know why it suddenly started working again, but it's like basically maybe 1 out of 15 times it'll work. It's so weird. I'm so confused. Anyways. It's this down button. The FN button. So random, eh? Bro, I feel so bad that I can't help with it. Nah, it's okay, bro. It's all good. I'm planning on actually getting a new keyboard, to be honest. But I don't know if I'll get like a custom or whatever. I think I'm just gonna get a normal keyboard, to be honest. I don't know. Cause I've been realizing I need this fucking down button so much. And I haven't been bothered to rebind it. And because I also need the side button as well, so I don't want to rebind it here. Like I think I use a lot of these. Maybe I could do the alt here because I don't really use alt on the side. So maybe I go this to this and this is down, and it might be closer as well. So I might rebind it to this and give it a shot. But yeah. There's a really solid 65% that's a pre-assembled. What do you mean what do you mean by that? I don't know what that means. No assembly needed, it's just a fully built keyboard. Aluminum case too. Interesting. Okay. Okay, yeah. Maybe I'll look into it and see if I can get it. Yeah. Sure. That's sort of been the big news of late in the hobby. Oh, okay, that's nice. That's nice. Oh, I might look into that then. I'll have a look and see if I will replace this one, but I'm just writing this one out until it kind of just completely dies. It hasn't died. Nothing has really died on me at all. Like none of the other keys have died on me. There has been a little bit of annoying cases where like I'll press a button and it won't work, and then I have to press it again, or like I press a button and it like it's like weird. It's like it'll lag in terms of its like thing, but it's a hardware thing for sure. It's not the computer thing. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like you need to hit it in the right way for it to work. I don't know. It's usually cases with the number buttons that you have that, but it's okay. So yeah, I'm just writing it out until it dies. But yeah, so far it's been good to me. I'll be honest, aside from the down button, it's fine. You know, there's no other problems, and it's just my normal keyboard. So it's good. It's good. Okay, I will now change the camera to my ugly head. Tomorrow I'm getting a haircut, my friends. Cutting this all off. Probably gonna go really small hair, very bald head. And then that'd be nice. Yes, I'm gonna cut all of this shit off. Might shave as well, I'm not sure. See how I feel. Oh, chapter 8, prove my metal. Pedal to the metal. I'll probably play till 12 and then I'll head to bed, eh? Fucking tired, bro. probably the best one. Just take the highest level G. Let's go. Nice. I'm gonna go to bed, bro. I am flippin' tired. Okay? Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Stay safe, okay? Good night.